Okay. Before I start talking, I just want to say I tend to ramble. Okay. So all just thoughts from my head. Things that I just find very, very weird. Not weird, but bad. Yeah. I'm gonna play Minecraft while I talk about this, so then you could watch something as I talk. That has nothing to do with the conversation. But maybe I can give an example in game what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll wait for daytime. So, battle, actually the conversation I want to talk about. It's a battle of good versus evil in everything we do. Any argument, any conversation can be derived, I think, from good versus evil. Um, for example, like I game a lot, so we're gonna use like a subcategory of gaming. And we're gonna go from Apex and the subcategory of that to keyboard and mouse. There's a huge talk about it throughout the game. It's one of the many conversations that is happening around the Apex community. And so, one, from the perspective of an outside in, looking at the conversation of controller and mouse and keyboard, it's not really aim assist and keyboard. It's more about controller versus aim assist. It's a pretty negative conversation thinking about it. Because there's some people that are like, ooh, the controller's aiming for you. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You choose to play on the keyboard. I choose to play controller. I played a long time on controller. If you switched from controller to keyboard or keyboard to controller, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of negatives in the conversation or debate because from what I saw, a lot of people just get straight negative in a conversation. They'll start calling each other names from one person to the other about whatever thing they play on, whatever input or whatever. There's a lot of negative connotation. Well, I don't even know if that's the right word, but it's like negative. From oh, you play on keyboard. Whoa, you can tap strafe or whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Also, even further into it, like, why be negative in the first place? That's why I stopped playing. I stopped playing any. I'm on Minecraft right now. I play like Apex, play Val, Overwatch. Um, I play ranked on those, and I take the game way too seriously, I guess. And I would get myself upset because my teammates, my random teammates, anyone else playing with really, I'm not, I'm not gonna say I'm better than them, but I tried harder to win the game, to beat the game. I literally would go and watch a video. I actually, when I would stream the game, I would go back and watch myself and see what I did wrong. That's just me caring, I guess, too much about the game. Um, I would get upset because I would take the game too seriously and I would say things I didn't mean. These are all examples of good receival, by the way. I know I'm rambling, but it's gonna get to the point. I would get way too into it. I would say things I didn't mean, and like yada yada. Pretty much, if you can take a conversation, like any 2 points, right versus wrong, morally, then right versus wrong, like math question, you could derive it from good versus evil, 100%, from an outside in perspective, from like the negatives and the positives of the said conversation. Is one person being positively, like going positively about it? Or is one person going negatively about it? A lot of times it's negative because that's just how everyone is. Because I think if you look it up, it's like something, if you think or something, or the way your thoughts are, they're mostly negative, not positive at all. I think so. I'm going to look it up on my phone right here. I searched up something. I swear I don't remember how I searched it up, but it was from science. Yada yada. It said that. Yada yada. Also, for another example, actually, let's get to the point. Let's get to the point that I was just talking about. Why humans think negative. We're just gonna look that up first. Many of us unconsciously use negativity as a defense mechanism. It protects us from things not working out. Our minds use negative thoughts, so we're not blindsided when we're disappointed. Unfortunately, this anticipated failure or bad luck also prevents us from putting our best foot forward. That was not what I read. There's another thing. It says something about percentage of something, yada yada. I can't really find it right now because I didn't look it up on my phone. I looked it up on my computer. Yeah, but like I guess that kind of answers the question of why we think negatively. Everyone thinks negatively, because of defense mechanism. May or may not be true. May not be true. May or may not be true for you or anyone that you know. But actually, I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Um. So if we all think negatively, we all think negatively on things, it's just gonna, make any conversation negative and just obviously a bad conversation to be in. So no one's gonna be having conversation at that point. They would just be probably just negatively thinking towards that person. It's like, whoa, you're dumb, you're bozo. Yeah. Like, for example, if something is true but it doesn't matter and you get like really annoyed about it, does it really matter? There's a lot of things that people talk about and they get angry about. It does not affect them at all. Like, even like talking about um flat Earth, the flat Earth conversation around Earth, it affects absolutely no one. Why would it matter? Who why, would it really matter who is right or wrong? It could be a damn triangle. Why would it matter? Because someone's wrong. So we're gonna belittle that person for thinking that. And it's kind of crazy that people will go to school and whatnot, and then like the teacher, I guess, if she just say you're like a student with the teacher and you get an answer wrong, I'm sure that student isn't that teacher isn't gonna go straight up, hey, you're bozo, stupid, and dumb for getting 1 + 1 wrong. Obviously not, because that would just be a bad teacher. Why the heck does every little thing that is like more in the space of online negative towards one another? Why? Why do people do that? It's crazy. And then back to the actual conversation of good versus evil. There's a lot of bad, not bad stuff. I didn't need to say that. It's not good stuff. But if you take every conversation ever, you just put 1 and 2 together. Just put 1 and 2 together, but put good versus bad together. Obviously, would want good to win. But I don't necessarily mean good to win. I necessarily mean like the positivity in that conversation instead of the negatives of that conversation. It's totally separate, but if you derive the things from the word good, and derive the things from the word bad, and you use those words for then the conversation, you'll probably figure out what the conversation is truly about from like a chart or like what's that fucking shit called? That one chart where there's 2 circles. There's a good here. There's bad here. I don't remember the chart. It's chart. Yada yada. It's like one that goes like circle, circle, and they intersect. Not intersect, but overlap. Something like that. You get the good. You get the bad. Just write all that down. The goods in the about the conversation in the good part, and then all the bads in the bad, and then you kind of get the neutrals. There's obviously a neutral stance in any conversation. Just not participating in the conversation. That's a neutral stance. It's good, bad, and then there's neutral. But really, if you're neutral, you're kind of just there. You're just a spectator in the conversation, or any conversation, really. As I said, I do ramble. I just thought about that in my head, but I don't care. Kind of just me rambling. I wish I could have recorded my thoughts because I thought about this last night, the night before, and the night before, and the night before, and I can't get all the points I've made across because I'm gonna ramble and I'm gonna stutter, I'm gonna skip over myself and say the same things that I've already thought about, 100%. But if I do, I do. If not, skip ahead just like a minute or 2. I don't know. But another example here. People like examples, and examples are pretty easy to understand. It's like me. Let's take a big topic. Let's take a big topic, like the topic overseas of the war that's going on. Clearly, the battle of good versus bad, well, good versus evil, is clearly happening in our daily life. It's just on a bigger scale. Some things are like in a bigger scale of good versus evil than other things. So like something small like me playing a video game and getting upset, that's that like not not really. It's like well, kind of is, but isn't at the same time. Not for the example I was trying to give, but it does still obviously have an impact on myself positively and negatively. If I'm taking a game super seriously and I'm getting upset, and then I'm getting upset at the people around me, it's clearly a negative. That's why I don't play the game no more. Because I was getting upset, saying things, I was getting angry negatively within myself.
That's just my own fault for getting upset, obviously. A lot of people are probably going to say that, but it doesn't, like, yeah. You could say, like, that type of stuff about literally anyone. Drug addicts, etc., etc. It's like, oh, just stop. Clearly not. They clearly have it rough. And it's okay, and you gotta have empathy towards those people. Empathy and, like, understanding. And it's like, okay, I'm here for you, yada yada. Kind of the same thing essentially, but not because one is clearly more than the other. But back to what I was saying, the 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 scale of good versus evil is definitely differs per situation, and that is on a massive scale. It affects numerous amounts of people. It is crazy. Any war is like massively good versus evil, but obviously it would stem from right and wrong, morally. Um, Obviously it goes deeper, it goes far deeper than what I'm explaining. I just cannot explain it at this moment. Um, Try to give examples so people can understand because it's really hard to understand. A lot of people get so confused and wrapped up on the simplicities of the conversation of what I'm talking about, and they don't really think about what I'm saying. Everyone should be aware of the fact that there's a clear in every situation. There's a good and bad in any situation. Good and evil, not good and bad. Good and evil. I'm saying bad, it's good and evil. There's an evil side to everything. There's a good side to everything. 100% derived from it. You just got to think really deeply about it. Then you will clearly see that there is for every situation. It's just the scales of the good and evil are fairly different per situation. Like, if I dropped a rock on my foot from 10 feet off the ground, a small rock the size of my hand, ow, why did I do that? That's just stupid. Actually, that doesn't even make any sense. I was gonna put, like, oh wait, actually I was gonna go from 10 feet to 5 feet and be like, oh, clearly this each situation is different, good and evil. Obviously the situation would be pretty evil because it's like, oh, I hurt my foot, and like the scales of the damage would be higher from 5 feet to 10 feet. Me dropping the rock, one is obviously going to hurt more, so it would mean that situation of evil would be more than the other one. Yeah, that was the point I was coming across. I just double double thought about it. Well, I thought about it twice and I confused myself. But it also means there's, like, good in the same type of way. Like, you're like looking on the ground and finding like a $5 bill, then finding a $10 bill. Clearly two acts of good, potentially, depending on the situation, obviously. Then there's, like, I don't know, say you're playing Minecraft. Let's use Minecraft as an example since we're on the game. Um, I go down there and I dig like 60 blocks and immediately find diamonds. And then I dig another 4 blocks to find more diamonds. It's clearly, if I don't really need it right now, because I obviously have a bunch of iron and stuff. By the way, my weapons, they actually have no correlation to how how I am. I'm fine. I just like saying those words. Pretty funny to me. I don't say them anymore because obviously I like thought I'm now a higher up levelly, I guess, in myself. So I don't really say those things. This world's from a long time ago. Just saying. Just to clear that up. There's a lot of examples. Pretty much what I'm getting at is that there is a lot of negatives in the world in anything ever, and I don't like it. I mean, I have no right to say anything about it, but I can bring awareness to said issues that I think are issues. Yeah. I feel like everyone should try to be nicer in anything they do. Like if I go play Valorant, yeah, you know what, Valorant, and I do better than all my teammates in ranked. I would play ranked for any game really, and I would do not too shabby. Imagine I just did really good, and instead of being negative towards my teammates, I was positive. They might not be the best, but to uplift them, might as well. I would rather now, thinking about it now, I'm not gonna play it now, obviously, because I get upset, and I got to work on that. I am instead going to say, hey, it's okay, you're doing great. Instead of me going, hey, you're trash, uninstall the game. That's just not something I should do because that would just, one, get them upset, two, probably get them to throw the game when I clearly want to win. But you also got to think from the other perspective, the enemy team. They might not be they might be upset that you're absolutely murking them. That's also another reason I don't even play. I don't even play like shooter games anymore. I was like, if sometimes I'll just get so pressed, so annoyed that I died to that person over and over and over again. Obviously, I would try to take the steps not to die to that person. But I would get upset. I would say mean things about that person, and I'm kind of right. Like I would not now because I don't play them anymore. At least I try not to play them anymore. Or if I do play them, I'm probably not gonna get so negative about it. That's why I'm on Minecraft, because it's literally just me against the world of Minecraft, and nothing in Minecraft can talk to me. Nothing could say mean things about me. I can't say mean things about Minecraft. Obviously, I have said mean things about things in Minecraft. Like yesterday, there's a skeleton fucking with me. Not cool, bro. But that was just because I let him shoot me multiple times off of something I was trying to do. When I could have just hit him with a bow. Obviously, it doesn't matter because the skeleton isn't a real person and I can't affect them mentally unless somehow the skeleton in game has feelings. And if it did, I'm sorry, skeleton. I apologize. But going into that, from this to that, playing Valorant or something, being on an enemy team, then seeing like someone type something like negative, it's gonna make me want to type something negative too. But then that's where I just would turn it off. Just turn off the thing. At least the enemy won't portion, the all chat. Just have text chat on. And then if someone says something negatively in the text chat, I'm just going to turn off the text chat. Obviously, I would take the steps to not get upset. If someone started talking to me in VC negatively, I would probably just mute them. Yada yada. And I would still. It would probably affect me, yeah. I admit. But for the betterment of the team, I would still probably try my best. But sometimes people will just, if you say if you said something back to the person, they'll probably just throw the game, or you might throw the game. These are just examples of just things I do. Like, from the thoughts of good versus evil. There's clearly other like, you know, frick, I'm having a brain fart. Examples, real world examples out there. Like the flat Earth thing. That's one. See, I just know more about the examples of what I do more than other examples that other people probably experience. Like, just because I've had these thoughts about the game for a long, long time, and I pretty much that's what I do. That's what I like to do. I like to play game. That's all I've ever wanted to do ever is play video game. There's nothing I've ever thought about more. Not to ramble, but that was, yeah, that's more about me, not more about the topic at hand. You can also take iPhone versus Samsung, kind of the same. I just have a phone in front of me, that's why. I have an iPhone, but a lot of people like Samsung, and that's okay. I also have a Samsung. It's right here. It's from a long time ago, just by the way, from when I was going to school. We didn't have. I had an old phone. Now I have an iPhone. Yeah. Yada yada, because I wanted a cool camera. Not even get into it, but iPhone versus Samsung. Clearly, people like one or the other more, but some people get so into it, like me playing a game, for example, just call the other person trash. Your phone sucks. Yada yada. Your phone smells like cheese or something. I don't know. Or just attack that person on a nuclear level. You freaking suck, dude. You'd say more words about the person. Obviously, the person would if they thought about it, if they really cared. They probably would. Not a lot of people do. This is all like online, like talk, like all negative online talk. Because, well, one, people don't say things negatively about people face to face majority of the time because it gets so intense. The tenseness of like saying things. But a lot of these examples are from online, like things I've seen online. And yeah, a lot of the time when someone's wrong, or not even wrong really, just more of them just making fun of the other person, it's a lot of people feed into it and care. That's why, like, a lot of times now, if someone says something negative about me, I just go, probably, I go, yeah, or just say the word yeah, or just don't even respond to that person. It's kind of, because if I feed into it, I'm probably gonna get more upset myself. So a lot of the time, I'd stop myself and go, hey, let them let them be upset. I don't want them to be upset, obviously, because that's just whatever. But it's something that's out of my control, making them upset. Why? I could either text them and be like, "Hey," just sound very, because a lot of people, if they're already mad, they're already thinking negatively, so they're gonna read something negatively because you can't see the tone of the voice of the person typing. Because if I say "Hey," and I'm mad and I read it and I'm like, and they just read it and they see "Hey," and it's like, oh, I'm thinking negatively right now because I'm upset with that person. I'm probably, a lot of people do this, a lot of people don't. It really varies, obviously. But that person would then respond in anger, yada yada. You're trying to fix the situation. So you would probably, if you were to try and fix the situation, probably say, "Hey, yada yada," whatever the situation occurred, and then say, "Hey, I'm sorry," and then yada yada. Like that's a clear example of anger and how like negative thoughts could influence someone, because it obviously has definitely happened one time, probably twice in someone's life. A lot of people just aren't aware like that. I've been unaware of various things. For example, like in Apex, I've played the game so much that I pretty much have this idea, thought that I know what I'm doing, and a lot of my random teammates and people that I play with don't. And yeah, it kind of affects me negatively because it makes me so much more upset. The team game makes me more upset. Obviously, now I don't play it, and if I do play it, it's gonna be like the like pub games where I'm just goofing around, throwing willy nilly everywhere, being bozo and just not trying at all. It's kind of just, yeah. That's why I'm on Minecraft. I definitely rambled there again. Um, yeah. Um, I wish I could uh, like record my thoughts because I had some, but pretty much the entire point of this entire video slash conversation, one side conversation, um, could take anything ever, any conversation, any situation, and just like obviously people are gonna say like you could put the conversation to like a cause and effect thing, but take that cause and effect and do good versus evil, but it's not a cause and effect. It's more of like a chart showing, hey, this can happen or this can happen in said situation slash conversation. Like having a conversation with somebody about COD versus Fortnite. There could be the good, not the good, but the evil, aka bad, I guess. If you want to, I keep saying bad and it's fucking me up. Evil doesn't necessarily mean straight up, I'm the Joker. Okay. And good doesn't necessarily mean Batman. It just necessarily means like good. Obviously. Um, yeah, there's clearly good points in a conversation like that, and then the evil points in a conversation like that. Like making fun of the person, like really disrespecting the other person in the conversation. And a lot of people do that now, from what I've seen online. It's like, I mean, obviously it's in certain places more than others, but if you say things about said people negatively online or just every day, some people might think you're joking, obviously. Some people might take it to heart. And it would obviously be on you for saying the negative thing. Even if they do take it to heart. You clearly said something that made them upset. Obviously, the world of online is very different from the world of IRL. But eventually, the world of online will come to the world of like IRL, and it's not good. It's not good. Very evil. I might be bozo, I might be stupid, I might be whatever you want to say about my thought process, but it clearly is happening just on different scales, different situations. Clearly, a lot of things are meant to bring in discussion to other discussions to then here to where we're at now in the good versus evil conversation. This is a very one-sided conversation, obviously. I'm just talking about it and I'm just saying what I think. But um there's just obviously things in the world people should be aware of. People shouldn't try to belittle people, get angry with people like I have. It needs to be like a lot of people aren't gonna like this, but there needs to be some type of change in people. It's gonna because it's not good, especially when it's especially for example like stuff I like. This is my opinion. I like playing video games like a lot. It's my favorite thing to do. But recently I saw like when I was playing Apex, I in ranked I would just get upset, I would yell at people. Now I'm pretty stupid for that. Shouldn't have done that. I should have just let my thoughts be thoughts. Obviously, that's not good either because it's still a thought, it's still a negative thought. Probably shouldn't. But it's a process that I am willing to take. Like that's the battle of good versus evil. Willing to self-reflect. Obviously, this conversation is very, very deep in various situations and yada yada. Um, that's for you to decipher yourself. Obviously, good is the way to go. Evil is not. I am sure everyone knows that. Just to throw that out there. Um, yeah, I'm not editing this. It's going straight up. Um, I feel like I made a lot of my points. Um, if anyone does decide to watch this and actually watch it, thank you. Um, I'm not. The comments are gonna be on for one for anyone to discuss it. I feel like it's not really a. I don't feel like this isn't really a discussion. It's more of an awareness type of thing of every other discussion. This is obvious. This one obviously applies. Um, yeah, I just felt like I had to make this because it was really bothering me. It still is right now. I'll probably make another one. Yeah, I'm just gonna upload this raw. Um, I have a Another great one.